Welcome back to another episode of POW TV, or the Power of Words, where the power of words spark the power of knowledge that sparks the power of action. Today we're going to be talking about the conspiracy theory about AI robots killing 29 Japanese scientists. And this video has gone viral. It's brought to you by The Independent. And we're going to get right into that. So stay tuned. First things first, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to keep the truth going, y'all. Just when you thought things couldn't get any crazier, a woman has claimed that 4 AI robots killed 29 scientists in Japan in a lab last year. So the journalist and conspiracy theorist Moulton Howe told the story at a Conscious Life Expo in LA this February, and the video since then has gone viral. So it's a pretty wild video here, y'all. Take a look at it.
At a top robotics company in Japan this week, 4 robots being developed for military applications killed 29 humans in the lab. And they did it by shooting what he called metal bullets. I didn't know there was any other kind. The scariest part is that lab workers deactivated 2 of the robots, took apart the 3rd. But the 4th robot began restoring itself and somehow connected to an orbiting satellite to download information about how to rebuild itself even more strongly than before. And this next sentence, this is a quote. I'm writing this down. I've been doing this for years. This is serious shit, Linda, but you're never going to hear about this in the news.
And that's the thing. I did research. I looked into this. This incident happened in August of 2017. Okay, so that's nearly 2 years ago, almost, So I'm kind of like, why haven't we heard anything about this? I just now came across this, just kind of stumbled across this article. So, I don't know. I don't know why we haven't heard about this before and why it's not prevalent on the internet or in the news. When you try to go look for it, I looked up YouTube videos, I found a few, they're there, but they're just not everywhere. I mean, it's not as big as you think it would be, so you kind of think it's like a hoax or it's not real. But I don't know. You just have to kind of listen to what you hear and the information that you get and just think for yourself. The Bible talks about the spirits that wander the earth, and I'm wondering if they look for different bodies, if they're looking for bodies to inhabit. And some people even refer to Genesis 6:4 and Numbers 13:33 and talk about the post-flood Nephilim that were on the earth in those days. Be looking for a new video that I'm doing on the Book of Enoch. It talks a little bit more about the Nephilim. But some people speculate that the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim remained on the earth and became what we now refer to as demons. So basically these demons are looking for bodies, I'm assuming, and they don't have a physical body. But this kind of explains, different demonic possessions. Things like that. What could these demons possibly do inside of a robot body? If AI is already killing people and doing these things that this report allegedly says, then you know, what's actually manning that robot? Like, what spirit is in that robot? You know, I mean, this would be perfect for them, you know, in the end times. Think about it. I don't know. It's a wild concept. But anyway, I have another video with Linda Moulton Howe. And this one, she goes more in depth about the interview that she had, or the phone call that she received. So this is a phone call that she received. She explains it all here. I'm just gonna go ahead and play the clip, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk about it.
Of 2017. In the prior year, I had been communicating with a Marine who had retired from the Marines but was working Special Forces. And he had been communicating to me about a number of ET-related revelations, secrets that he and a team of Special Forces were involved with. And so he had kept in touch with me, usually through short texts, or every once in a while, he would call and say, you're tapped, I'm tapped, I'm only going to speak for, and it would be like 30 seconds or a minute, and then hang up. And I understood why, and that was what we were doing. Well, it was in August of 2017. The phone rang, I picked it up. I knew his voice. Can't stay on the line long, but I want you to know that this week, which would have been I think second week of August 2017, in Japan, 29 humans were killed in a laboratory that was producing militarized robots by the Japanese for warfare. And then he went on to explain what he had learned, because they're in these units, that something like that would happen, they would receive information. And he said that the story was the 4 militarized robots were being made to be autonomous warriors. And that they don't know why, but the 4 rebelled or acted autonomously, and as they acted autonomously, they killed 29 humans in this lab, and whoever was left on the human side began pulling, this is the way he said, they began pulling the robots apart. They got 2 of them completely disassembled, were working on the 3rd, and then the analysis later was what happened with the 4th. The 4th was communicating with a satellite that they were teaching these militarized robots how to communicate with the satellites to get information on missions, and that the 4th robot was now extending up to the satellite and was searching for information about how to make itself stronger to take on, apparently, the remaining humans. What did they do exactly to that 4th? I don't know, but I understand they took it apart. Would they ever put them back together? So now, we're up to a point in August of 2017 where I'm hearing a story that is shocking, and I would say is like a warning that hits you out of the blue. That if in August of 2017, 4 militarized robots being taught to be autonomous could do that in a lab, it made Elon Musk, only 2 months before, in June, at the Rhode Island Governors Association meeting, there were 33 governors from the United States, and Elon Musk was one of the invited speakers. And when they sat him down in a chair, and they started asking him his perspective as being head of Tesla and SpaceX, he said, I think that the greatest problem that scares me the most is artificial intelligence. And he said statements like, people don't understand that the robots, they're not going to need sleep. They're not going to need sick days. They're going to be able to do everything better, faster, more efficiently, and smarter than humans. And then he went on and he said, I am convinced that artificial intelligence right now is an existential threat to this planet.
Okay, so that's very deep. You know what I'm saying? Some Terminator type stuff. You know? So, that first video that I showed you guys has been retweeted over 100,000 times. And some people seem to genuinely believe Howe's story. So, I don't know. What do you think? You know, go to Yahuwah in prayer and find out about this, because this is real stuff. There's also lots of people who have also doubted Howe's credibility and point out that there's no evidence to, you know, support the story, which is true, which is totally true. I mean, you know, I can't dispute that. But it's also highly likely that if 29 scientists died in a lab in Japan, this news would have spread pretty quickly around the world. I don't know. I don't know. All right, y'all, I'm out on this one. Until next time. Peace.